School. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSA events. Let's support the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans and respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Please be advised that Franklin County High School is a smoke-free facility. Staff and management, all team members, along with the Indiana High School Athletic Association, thank you for your cooperation in not smoking. Beacon Orthopedics and Tri-Health treat the largest number of high school, college, and pro athletes in the tri-state area. From surgery to physical therapy to orthopedic urgent care and Saturday morning injury clinics, our specialists will get you back in the game on your schedule. Thank you to our co-medical directors, Dr. Brian McCullough and Dr. Matthew Gaggy, team physicians, Dr. Matthew Hamilton and Dr. Tatiana Hamilton, and our certified athletic trainer, best one in the EIAC, the best one in southeastern Indiana, and the best one in the state of Indiana, Miss Leah Rauch, for her amazing service they provide our student athletes in our community. Whether it's a game of life or on the field, Beacon Orthopedics and Tri-Health, your healthcare partners do it all. Visit beaconortho or trihealth.com for more details on how they can help you. Introducing the starters for your Franklin County Wildcats. At left tackle and defensive end, number 53, Evan Blackmore. At left guard and nose tackle, number 50, Nate Shallett. At center, number 62, Owen Baker. And right guard, number 64, Bryce Lee. And right tackle and defensive end, Eli Amron. At tight end and catbacker, number 12, Blake Stevenson. At quarterback and corner, number 18, Wyatt Bowling. At running back and corner, number 2, Mason Wee. At running back, number 7, Parker Gilman. At wide receiver and free safety, number 6, Carter Dozier. At wide receiver and nickelback, number 20, Caden Burleyberg. At Sam backer, number 21, Keegan Clark. At Mike backer, number 51, Elijah Neumeister. And rounding out the starting lineup, our will linebacker, number 11, Brady Bruneman. The Cats are coached by Wes Gilman, assistant Mike Rauch, Justin Seals, Joe Holland, Adam Kelly, Steve Moorhead, Tony Bloom, and Stone Laughlin.
No audio coming out of YouTube.
Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Sound like you're picking me up.
Tonight's game opening raffle is sponsored by One Five Productions. One Five Productions will be broadcasting SKHS Athletics on their YouTube channel. Check them out. Information can be found on FC 12 fan social media pages. 12 Man Club would also like to thank our corporate sponsors. That is FCN Bank, Owens Corning, Jason Shallett's Auto Body, Metz Custom Homes, George's Pharmacy and Medical Supplies, White's Realty and Auctions, El Raporo Mexican Restaurant, Vogue Plumbing, Whitewater Motors, A&R Sales, Cincy Disposal, Road Warrior Tour Rentals, Ludwig's, KO Sports Photography, Little Wildcat Academy, Intense Events, and Dare Cottage. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for your 2025 Pregame County Wildcats.
Nothing being picked up at all. Junior, Evan Torres, and the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang loud, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, everybody.
There in the field is our 2025 captains, Mason Junior, Nate Shelley, Carter Dozier, and the platform. Tonight's officials, Andrew Sells, Dustin Jackson, Peter Olson, Rick Frank, and Mike Taylor.
It is what it is. Big Frank.
Connersville has won the toss and over the second half.
They have the
Franklin County will
We're
receive.
going to give the football to Franklin County. We're going to turn off with the football to practice.
Welcome, everyone. We're here tonight at Franklin County Wildcat Stadium for the 37th Battle of the Keg between the Connersville Spartans and the Franklin County Wildcats. I'm here with Rylan Majeski. I'm Nick Van Hoven, and we're here for a heck of a matchup tonight. Franklin County Wildcats have the ball first. They will receive. Both of these teams come in today 1-0 after our first week of football this season. Wildcats outlasted Newcastle as Connersville put a stomping on Richmond. Between these two teams is a long-standing battle, 37 years in the making. The Wildcats have dominated that year with 30 wins and only 6 losses. Here's the kickoff. Little squib kick down the middle. Franklin County lets it bounce, picked up.
Keegan Clark returns the squib kick to the 31 line. And the Wildcats will take over. First down.
Wyatt Bowling in the quarterback for the second start of the year last week. Huge game on the ground. Well over 200 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. And his first carry is a run. Nice block on the edge. Sealing it for him to turn it upfield and get about 15 yards on that play.
For 8-yard gain, second down.
One of the big reasons for the Wildcats' victory last week was this offensive line. First half, still trying to figure it out as it was a new start to the season. But second half, they dominated the line of scrimmage, opening up a big victory. Oh, Wyatt breaks through the hole. Good run by Mason Wee-Wee. Number 2, Mason Wee-Wee.
Good enough for a Wildcat. First down.
Good start so far for the Wildcats. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Offensive line's picking up right up where they left off last week. Great play by Carter Dozier there. Offensive line never stopped fighting. Kept blocking. First field. Turned the corner with a long run there. Carter Dozier had a big year last year in 2024. Hoping his senior year is just as good. Wildcats look to be in a running formation. Look Wyatt Bowling to make a run here. That was a good job by Wyatt Bowling there. He hit the hole. There was nothing there. He bounced off of it, took it off to the right, and saw nothing but the end zone. Ben Harvey is your kicker this year, number 3. Young man has a good leg on himself, making most of his extra points last week, starting off good 1-for-1 this week. Wildcats starting off that first drive about as good as you could possibly imagine.
Hey, I couldn't understand a word you just said. It was so distorted.
Rylan, one of the keys today is going to be the offensive and defensive line. If they can dominate both sides of the ball, the offense is going to have an easy day, and the defense is going to be able to get in the backfield a lot. Connersville's not a team that throws the ball a whole lot. They do like to run it, and they do bring 2 quarterbacks out. But when they throw it, they like to throw it deep.
That's right, Nick. This game is definitely going to be a one on the ground by either sides. They just got to get their run game going.
Blake Stevenson is set to kick off.
Number 12, Blake Stevenson, is a man of many hats. Not only does he play both sides of the ball offensively and defensively, but he does all the kickoff duties and the punting duties. Senior, longtime member of this team. Set to kick it off. Low squib kick by Blake Stevenson, snagged out of the air by Curtis Whitaker. Get a few yards on that kick return. Looks like number 7, Rylan Keene, will be starting off quarterback today. Keene had a pretty good week last week, both sides of the ball. He was 2 for 3 passing, 51 yards and a touchdown. Also carried the ball 5 times for 9 yards. On defensive side, he had 7 tackles.
Finally drugged down by number 11.
Looks like Connersville's line has come to block. They got a good push up front right there. That first carry was good enough for a first down.
On the first down carry for Connersville. Tackled by Joe and friends.
Rylan, as we said before, both teams are keen on the run game, which means both teams probably trust our offensive line. It's going to be who wins in the trenches here.
That's correct. Number 22, Parker Flanagan, ran for 59 yards, 10 carries, and 2 touchdowns last game against Richmond.
And there he is again, right on cue. Finds a hole on the left side. Big gain on the play. Looks to be another first down.
Tackled by number 2, Mason Huey. First down, Connersville.
That's good enough for another Connersville first down.
Connersville's in the I formation here. Probably another handoff to the right side is what I'm looking. Oh, picks the inside fullback. Left tackle, and he's just driving those legs. Look at him. Strength.
Number 5, Keller.
Another pilot for the tackle.
Left guard. 6-yard gain. Tackle by Shallow and Stevenson. Second and 4.
It's a good job by that fullback there. He didn't have much room to go with, but once he hit that line, he just put his head down, powered his legs, stayed low, kept driving. Earned a good 6-yard gain there. Flanagan for another carry up the middle for a first down.
22, Flanagan on the first
Connersville doing a good job opening the middle there,
tackle by 20, Rosenberg.
allowing his running back to get a full head of steam when he hits a hole. Keen under center, another I formation. Handoff to the fullback, hits the hole, number 5. He breaks the tackle into the end zone. Keller with a touchdown. Connersville's on the board.
Number 5, Keller on the touchdown run for Connersville.
You know, as we said, Rylan, both teams have a heck of a running game. Both teams have a good line. This might be a back and forth game. Lots of points on the board. It's going to be fun.
Definitely is going to be a game of runs.
Nolan Matney with the extra point. That's good to even it all up at 7. 8:06 left in the game. First quarter, a lot of football left. Let's see what the Wildcats can do in the next possession. Be a penalty on the Connersville Spartans. Wildcats will take possession. Good field position. Start this drive. So saying, Rylan, last week, Wyatt Bowling, Mason Wee combined for 25 carries, 315 yards with 3 touchdowns. The ground game was really working last week. That is definitely going to be key to victory this week. The offensive line, as I said, has a lot of work to do. Connersville is evenly matched with them. Looks like we have a flag on the play. We had handoff coming across formation off to the left side, turn the corner. Tackled for no gain, I think. Flag on the play looks to be. Once he gives us an indication, we'll let you know. Well, at some point, the referee here will give us an indication what the call is. Seems to be spotting the ball. There's no ruling on the field yet. personal foul on an illegal shot block by Franklin County. That's going to back them up. First down, a long way to go for the Wildcats. You know, Ryan, when you see that a lot when they come across the formation or runs like that, somebody cracks back while they're already engaged with the block, and that's what you get.
That's absolutely right.
All right, first down and a long way to go. Wide in the backfield. Good quick pass out to the flats. Heck of a catch by Hurleyberg. He breaks away.
Finally ran.
Great play by the Wildcats. Hurleyberg with a fantastic acrobatic catch off his shoelaces. Takes it all the way down the sideline for a heck of a gain. Great play by the young man.
Finally ran out of bounds at the Connersville 40. Heck of a run by number 20, Caden Hurleyberg.
Good play call by Coach Flume there, and great job blocking up front by those wide receivers out wide. Carter Dozier and Formick. He takes the handoff. Turns the corner. Good block on the outside by Wee Wee. Gets tripped up short of the first. Looks like we have a penalty on the play. Let's see what the laundry's for.
Takes the pass from Boyd. There's a flag on the play.
I guess here's they're going to call a hold on the outside by Mason Wee Wee. I did not see it myself, but you know, the ref's got a better vantage point than we do. Back to Wildcats up. Still going to be first down here. The fans aren't very happy about that call. They're chanting, "Take his whistle." Wyatt Bowling's going to keep it. Good kick out back by Wee Wee. Wyatt turns the corner, runs out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Got a huge chunk of that back. Great kick out block by Mason Wee Wee.
For a large gain, 2nd and 2.
Second and 2 for your Wildcats.
Another bunch formation in the backfield. Parker Gilman in the game. Inside handoff to Wee Wee. Tries to jump cut to the outside. Drug down. Short gain on the play, if anything. Going to bring up a third down here. And this is when you want to be able to get right up the middle. You want your offensive line to do its job. Get a good push so we can get that first down. Now, if you notice, similar formation, except for the running backs are in front of Mr. Bowling this time, indicating a quarterback run up the middle. And he does just enough. Push forward for 4 or 5 yards and a Wildcat first down.
It's good enough for a Wildcat. First down.
Good push by the offensive line. Giving plenty of space there before he was hit 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. And that's first down for the Wildcats. Good drive here. It's been backed up a few times by penalties, but they've overcome. Trips out wide this time, right. One running back in the backfield. Hand off to Wee Wee, up and gut. Not touched until 10 yards deep. Looks like he might have lost the football. Connersville is indicating they have it. Let's see what they have to call on the referee here. Indicated Connersville has the football. Mason Wee-Wee with the fumble. After a sizable gain, the ball was jarred loose on a big hit, recovered by Connersville. It's going to be Spartans football at about the 15-yard line. Not sure what the delay here is. Looks like the referee was letting the quarterback tie his shoe. And now they finally break the huddle. Keen still in the backfield at quarterback. Another I formation under center. Quick handoff to the fullback, up the gut. Nowhere to go. Maybe a gain of 1. Wildcats did a good job of stuffing that hole. You know, one thing the Connersville Spartans did really well last week was they did pound and ground it up the middle quite often, but when they decided to pass, they'd hit you over the top for a deep one.
Single backfield.
Off to the left side. Drugged down by Brady Brunman, number 11.
All right, for the first time in 2025.
Be a short gain there.
Wildcats get loud. It's
We're going to maybe a 3rd down and 5.
Nearly intercepted by number 2, Mason Wee-Wee.
Nice little play action by Keen there, rolling out to his right, finding Whitaker in the flat. Would have been good enough for first down, but he threw it a little high. Incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th down and 5. Looks like Connersville's opting to punt, which smart decision considering their field position. Number 2, Mason Wee-Wee set to return the punt. It's like the running back, number 22, wanted to take one off the side of his foot, out of bounds. Net yardage on that punt of maybe about 8 yards, giving Wildcats the football almost where they left off at.
Franklin County starting out with terrific field position on Connersville's 28 due to a shaky punt.
Yeah, it's almost like they never left, you know. Had a turnover at about the 15-yard line and recover the punt here at about the 29. Handoff to Wee-Wee across the formation to the right. Good lead blocking. Gets out wide, fights through a couple of tackles. I think he's got enough for the first down. I really like that the coach went back to Wee-Wee. You know, he has a good run up the middle, takes a big hit, you know, loses the football. That young man comes right back in the game. They give him the football on the very first play, and he takes it for a first down. Kaden Perlyberg out wide left. Those are running backs in the backfield. Parker Gilman in. Hand off to Weeby up the middle. Puts his head down. Gains about 5.
Yeah, good for a game about a 5.
6-yard gain. Second quarter.
Those are the plays that set up the good play action passes. If your line can give you 4 or 5 yards every time up the middle, you work that, and then you throw it out to the wide side, that's when you get something big.
Bowling with the keeper.
Pushes Weeby out in front of him to give him a little bit of room. Drug all the way to the sideline out of bounds. Gain of 2 or 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Wildcats. Wide receivers flip the field. Carter on the short side now. Burleyberg on the high side. Bowling's looking at the sideline for his play. He's got it. Running backs lined up in front. It's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle. He takes a jump up to the left, finds a hole, squeezes through. That's a touchdown, Wildcats. Good job by number 18, Wyatt Bowling, finding a hole, but looked to be nothing there. Made himself small and snuck on through for the touchdown of the game.
You can see already early in this game, Coach Gilman is utilizing Bowling's legs.
Ben Harvey set to kick the extra point. A snap, the hold. Oh, he slips on the kick. Extra point is too low. Hits the top of the line, falls as a miss, and that is 13-7 Wildcats. That may be something that comes back to haunt them. Big shout out to the 12th man sponsors. Your contribution matters. With their help, they make this program run.
Noah Patterson back deep to receive for the Spartans.
Let's see if Stevenson decides to kick it deep here to Flanagan and Patterson, or if he does another swift kick up the middle, trying to play the field position game. Okay, and ready from the ref. A little stalling here. Not sure what seems to be the problem. Looked like the head referee was having a conversation with Coach Gilman, not sure what about. But now we're getting the okay from the referees to commence the kickoff here, and here's Blake Stevenson. Another squib right up the middle, over 15's head. Patterson loose. It's almost devastating for the Connersville Spartans, but he was able to recover right before he went out of bounds.
Connersville starting at their own 31-yard line with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Look for Connersville to play a conservative here, Ryland. I think that what we're going to see over the next 2 minutes is a lot of ground and pound, working that left side of their line. They seem to favor that side. to that well again. It didn't. It chose the running back here up the middle. He gets held up quick. A host of Wildcats take him down. Looks like he gained it 2.
Second and 8 for the Spartans.
Last week, Flanagan had 10 carries for 59 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns for the Spartans. It's a good-sized running back.
Rollout.
Short, 5'8", 170 pounds.
Incomplete pass. Intended for number 14, Hunter Allen for the Spartans.
When Connersville decides to go deep, they usually go to number 14, Allen Hunter. Last week, he had 2 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown.
Yep, pass was just out of his reach, so it'll be a big game. That brings a 3rd down for the Spartans.
It'd be interesting to see here with 3rd down and 8 if they're going to be traditional and run the football, if they're going to try another pass play. Fakes the handoff, throws out to the right. He's got a man, but just leads him too far. Number 23 was in the area. Landon Moore, big tight end at 6'3", but just outside of his outstretched arms. It's going to be 4th down and 8. Punting team on.
Now, if you're Coach Gilman, you're wanting to capitalize on this turnover early.
Yeah, still have Flanagan in the backfield. Set to make the punt. Last punt was off his leg, sideways, out of bounds for a gain of about 8 yards. This time he's going to run off the right. Much better punt by the young running back. Looked like a fair catch interference.
Flag on the
Number
play.
2. Jacob Laughlin running into the kick returner, Mason Wee.
Interference on Spartans. Wildcats will take over.
It's definitely a favorable flag for the Wildcats there, as they're going to start good field position on their side of the 50-yard line. Already in Spartan territory. First quarter, minute 22 left on the clock. Hand off to Wee up the middle, and another big hole. As Wee gains what needs to be 11 yards for the first down. Moving the chains for the Wildcats. The interior part of that line is doing a really good job opening up holes for Wee. Last week, only 7 carries for him, and I think he's already exceeded that in the first quarter. Four receiver formation. Wild snap. Keeper out to the left. Connersville Spartan in the backfield. Number 5, Keller, but misses the tackle. Was able to take that for 10 yards for another first down.
clock just under a minute. Franklin County approaches the red zone of the Spartans.
You know, last week, Franklin County showed they were not scared to throw it, throwing the ball 18 times. Wyatt had a touchdown to Carter Dozier. But really utilizing that line today and running the football a lot.
Much different game plan. Utilizing Mason Weeby a lot more this game.
Speaking of Mason Weeby, another carry up the middle and drags a host of Spartans. About a gain of 8.
Good enough for an 8-yard gain, second down.
Should get one more play in before the end of the first quarter.
Jet sweep to the wide receiver. Carter Dozier. Tripped up. Short game, but enough for the first down.
Good enough for a Wildcat.
4.5 seconds left. That's going to be the end of our quarter. Wildcats are going to get a drink break here. Back to the action in a moment.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Connersville 7, Riverbanks 13.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the action as the chain gang and the referees flip field. Wildcat football. Double end around Mason Weeby. Nobody in front of him down the left side. Touchdown, Wildcats. Out at the end of the quarter, a great play formation by the coaching staff there. As he hands it off to Dozier, and Dozier back to Weeby to reverse field. Nobody was there to stop him.
Touchdown, Wildcat.
So we got an injured player down for the Spartans.
Can't quite tell who the player is or what happened there. He seems to be in a lot of pain as the trainer approaches. Hopefully the young man's okay. Back to the play, though. Great imagination coming out of the quarter. Well drawn up. Perfectly executed by the Wildcats. We're going to take a break here, folks, while the young man being attended to. First, looks like the injury to the Spartan was to Keen, number 7, the quarterback, playing at linebacker as well. He came off the field on his own power. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like the Wildcats are going to go for 2 here. Run him in motion, snap to Wyatt Bowling up the middle. Good job by the offensive line to give enough push, and Wyatt Bowling stumbles into the end zone. 2-point conversion, making it 21-7. Your offensive line for the Wildcats done a great job this evening, getting a lot of push up front, led by your center, number 62, Owen Baker. Kickoff to come from the Wildcats here. Connersville's going to have to do something to stay into this game. Kick by Blake Stevenson is another squib up the middle. 15 for the diving catch. 4 on the ground. It is recovered by Connersville. Noah Patterson with the recovery. First down and 10 for Connersville Spartans from the 30-yard line. He played quarterback for every snap in that first quarter, but then he was shaken up at the end of the quarter on the touchdown by the Wildcats. Let's see if he comes back in for this play, or if their other quarterback, Noah Patterson, does. And it looks like Noah Patterson is the one out there. He's in a shotgun formation. Unlike Keene, took every snap from under center. He takes a snap, handoff up the middle, bounces off the tackle, through the hole, he gets chased down by Wyatt Bowling, and he makes the tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle, at the Wildcat 25-yard line. Braden Keller with the big run for the Spartans. Good start to their drive. Wyatt Bowling looked like he was shot out of a cannon there, catching Keller from behind to save the touchdown. Wyatt Bowling was a regional qualifier for track and field last year in the 100-meter dash. One of the fastest kids in the area, and he showed it there. Quarterback keeper. Patterson breaks the tackle and into the end zone from the 25-yard line for a touchdown. Spartans. Two plays for the Spartans there, and they score a touchdown. Change at quarterback and no problem for the Spartans. Looks like the Spartans are opting to line up for the extra point. Number 8, Nolan Matney, the kick. Snap the hold, the kick, and it looks to be good. It is good. It's 21-14 Wildcats. Spartans seem to really be working the left side of that line.
Yeah, with a great read with the quarterback option, taking it out to the left, free of the defender, straight shot to the end zone. With that extra point made, that makes this a one-score game.
And Gary Moses, right-hand man, Travis Singer, for the work they do on the sidelines.
Kick return team takes the field. Parker Gilman in the set to return alongside Keegan Clark. That needed kick. He does take it deep. End over end at the 5-yard line, fielded by Clark. Up the middle. Taken down by the one defender in front of him. Number 14, Hunter Allen with the tackle. Seemed to have a lot of field in front of him. One bad beat. He gets by Hunter. He has at least another 15 yards before he meets the defender. Just couldn't shake off. Weeby alone in the backfield. Shotgun snap taken by Bowling. Follows Weeby to the right side. Cuts it back in. Gained him about 8 yards. Good first play.
Correction, that is good enough for a Wildcat first down.
Went off that right tackle. Eli Amron. He did a great job sealing the edge there. Olympic snap. Quick pass to the flat. Perlyberg makes the catch in traffic. Squirms forward for a few yards. Good job in traffic to catch that ball, secure it, and get upfield. Trips tight to the left. Sends Perlyberg in motion. Reverses field. Pitch out to the left to Wee. One guy to beat. Breaks him on the cut. Out wide. He's got space. One man to beat. He bowls him over.
Mason Wee lowering the shoulder.
Number 28, Luke Brewer, didn't know what hit him there. As Wee wanted to make sure he finished that play before he stepped out of bounds.
That run puts the Wildcats on the Connersville 36. Mason Wee with a very impressive run out to the left side.
Head off to Wee up the middle. Braden Keller in the backfield immediately as he gets an arm on Wee. He breaks that tackle and gets forward for a gain of 5. Correction 6. Wee splits out left in the slot this time. Parker Gilman in the backfield. Wee's in motion across the formation. Wee blockers for wide bowling as he gets out wide. Loses the football on the ground, but it squirts out of bounds. Taking possession for the Wildcats. Good job by the Spartans there to stretch that out wide and give them really nowhere to go.
Gain of 1 on the play. Brings up third down for the Wildcats.
about number 79, Eli Amron. Good football player, played a lot as a junior last year. This year's a senior. He came in, must have spent a lot of time in the weight room over the summer, packed on about 30 or 40 pounds of muscle. And he just looks like a man out there.
Parker Gilman up the middle looks to be good for a Wildcat first down.
Good lead block by 53, Evan Flashfuller. As Gilman takes the ball up the middle for a first down. This is a great answer by the Wildcats here on this drive. Let's see if we can capitalize and get it in the end zone. Quarterback keeper breaks the tackle in the backfield. Drags a bunch of Spartans to the sideline. Loses the football, but looks like he was already out of bounds before it was ripped from his grip.
Out of bounds on the right side, 5-yard gain. Second down.
A 5-yard gain by Wyatt Bowling there, making it second down and 5. Number 56 for the Spartans, Carter Gillum, was in the backfield. Wyatt Bowling just put a hand on his forehead and said, "Get out of my way." Second down and 5. Mason Wee slightly ahead of Bowling. Takes it across formation, hands it off to Wee.
Bounces off the defender.
Bounces off a would-be tackler. Back to the outside, catches the corner into the end zone for a touchdown. Mason Wee and the Wildcats put another 6 on the board.
On the left side, Razzle Dazzle Wildcat. Touchdown.
Just kept those legs turning and good enough for a Wildcat touchdown.
That was a good job. It looked like he had nowhere to go. Noah Patterson was out, had the edge, set it, missed the tackle, forced him inside though, but then a nice jump cut to the outside and just put on the afterburners, diving for that corner of the end zone.
Kick is up and good.
Ben Harvey, another extra point good, making it 28-14 Wildcats.
This extra point is good. 37 seconds to go. Quarter number 2. Score is Connersville 14. Your Cats 28.
Back to the action in just a moment, folks. Welcome back to a great game right now. High scoring between both teams. 28 for the Wildcats, 14 for the visiting Connersville Spartans. 7:37 left to go in the half, and Wildcats are off to kick off here with the Spartans. Stevens with another squib up the middle. Mishandled. But then back returner handles the kick, almost scores through. Tripped up at about 35-yard line. Hunter Allen looked like he was going to field that, and it bounced right over his head. Luckily, Isaac Shipley was there to handle it and get somewhat of a return on that kick. Correction, they're going to set that at the 33-yard line for the Spartans. Spartans Keller with the run to the left side, met by 4 or 5 Wildcats. No doing on the run there. Maybe a gain of 2. Good job by Keegan Clark and Shalek to string that out. Blake Stevenson joining on the party along with Wee Wee and Carter Dozier. Top of your screen, got trips right. It's like quick slant on the fake handoff pass to number 14, Allen Hunter. Incomplete as Mason Wheatley comes in and separates him from the football. Third down and 8 Spartans. 6:32 left in the quarter. Number 4, Noah Patterson, still at quarterback. Haven't seen Keen since he went off the field. At halftime, we'll check up and see how the young man's doing. Keen in the shotgun. Trips left bunch tight formation. Pulls back the handoff, runs at the middle, nowhere to go. A host of tacklers there. Number 11, Brady Brunneman, finishing him to the ground. Keegan Clark with the assist. Looking for a tackle for loss for the Wildcats there. It's going to be 4th down for the Spartans. Good job by the offensive line, or defensive line, rather, of the Wildcats.
Looks like a timeout for Connersville.
That's the first time out of the game called by either squad. I don't know if Connersville didn't have enough people out on the field or if the coach saw something he didn't like, but he decided to call a timeout. 4th down and 9. Connersville's going to be punting it away to the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the timeout, Flanagan back to punt again. Rolls out to the right as usual. Decides to look for a throw. Nobody there. Way underthrown. Trying to go to Allen Hunter. It's an incomplete pass. The Wildcats are going to take over. Not sure what the Spartans were thinking about on that play. Deep in their own territory. 4th down. Close to the end of half. Down 2 scores. And they just gave the ball back to the Wildcats.
It makes no sense. But that will result in the Wildcats having amazing field position on the Spartan 35 with 5:50 to go left in the second quarter.
And our cross formation to the left side. Wee with a jump cut to the middle. Into the grass with the defensive lineman, number 75, Zane Bentley. It's a big boy there, Bentley. Drug him down with one arm. Sitting at 6'1", 240 pounds with the tackle. Gain of 1 for Wee Wee. Number number 5, Jordan Keller on the field. Split left, wide receiver. Brunneman split right. 2 in the backfield. Bowling set in the shotgun, takes the snap. Another handoff to Wee up the left side of the middle. Tripped up. Short gain on the play, 3 or 4 yards. Going to make it 3rd down.
Up the middle, 3-yard gain. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for your Wildcats.
You can see number 4, Noah Patterson, playing safety, lined up as double help for Carter Dozier. Game planning to take him away from everything. Actually, just totally misreads that. And Dozier goes deep. He's got him. Face guarding. Number
Flag
2
on the play.
with the defense, Jacob Laughlin. Football goes off the back of his helmet, but he made contact with Dozier way before the ball arrived, resulting in what looks to be a pass interference against the Spartans. Not sure what number 4 Patterson was doing there. He looked like he had safety help with Carter Dozier, but yet, as soon as the snap happened, he made a different read, attacked the line of scrimmage, and it was one-on-one. Carter Dozier just blew by the defensive back, resulting in what was pass interference. Good play call by the Wildcats. Giving them a 1st down. Still 4.5 minutes left to go on the clock. Quarterback keeper up the middle, host of blockers, bounces out to the left, tripped up. Tackled by Braden Keller. Gain of a few.
6-yard gain.
Make it 6 yards. 2nd down and 4. Clock's running, just about 4 minutes left in the game. Last year, this matchup was very lopsided. I believe the Wildcats won with a score of 54-13. But what you're seeing this year out of the Spartans in this game, already 14 points on the board, but just much more competitive game than what we saw last year. I know they only had 5 seniors move on. Double pump. Here's Mason Wheatley wide open in the end zone. Lunging attempt at the grab. Had it in his grasp. Would have been a miraculous catch. Fell incomplete, however. That's going to be 3rd down and 4. Wheatley really showed his athleticism there. Selling completely out to try and get that football. Just, however, coming up short.
Brings up 3rd down for the Cats in the red zone.
I'm going to say this is 4-down territory for the Wildcats. Wee in motion. Pitch to Wee. Wee back to Carter Dozier. Carter Dozier cuts it up inside. Tripped up by the ankles.
Reverse play to Dozier. Brings up 4th and 6.
Looks like Coach Gilman is keeping the offense on the field.
Yeah, as I said before, it's definitely 4-down territory. They're so deep in their side of the field. 4 yards to go. There's no reason to even attempt the field goal. You're up 2 scores. Trust your offensive line. Push forward. Let's get the 4 yards. He looks to throw it. He does. And it's caught in the corner of the end zone.
Flag on the
Carter
play.
Dozier, but there's laundry on the field.
Ball back to Dozier. There's a timeout.
See what the referee saw here. I wasn't able to catch what happened. Wyatt with a good rollout. Was very patient. Looks like we have a holding against the Wildcats. It's going to negate the touchdown and replay 4th down. Now Coach Gilman has a decision here. What was 4th and 4 is now going to be 4th and 14. He's going to keep the offensive out in the field. Wyatt's going to be in the shotgun. Mason Weeby behind him. Trips out left. Blake Stevenson in tight. Drops back to pass. Steps up. He's got nobody in front of him, so he's going to run it. Bounces to the outside. Good short tackle by Connersville.
Holdings carry not good enough for a first down. Barnesville takes it over.
It looked like after he broke 2 tackles, he was going to make the first down there, but Flanagan came in, made the short tackle. Wyatt Bowling came up short, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Spartans football. Patterson in the shotgun. Know they're going to throw with limited time. Throws it deep to Allen Hunter, excuse me. He did catch 2 passes for 51 yards and a touchdown last week. Like we said earlier, you knew if you were going to go deep, that's who you're going to. He was able to blow by the DB. I'm not sure who was on that side. Make the catch, step out of bounds for a long first down. Giving the Spartans the ball on the 40-yard line. He's back to throw again. Looks deep. Another one over the top. He's got a man. Underthrows it just enough.
Good coverage.
Caden
by
Perlyberg in
Kroger.
there with his left hand. Knocks the ball free. Carter Dozier was there with the help. Ball fell to the ground harmlessly. Incomplete pass. Flanagan looked to have a step on him there. Ball was just slightly underthrown. I think if he puts another yard or 2 under that, that could be a catch. Nothing doing, though. Good play by Caden Perlyberg. Separate him from the football. Second down. Watching the low side here, Allen Hunter. Giving a lot of room. Screen pass. Braden Keller with a nice screen pass up the middle. One man to beat. Was right through Brunneman's outstretched arms for tackle. Just enough for the first down. Connersville's football in Wildcat territory. Weewee's given a lot of cushion to Hunter. He's not going to let him beat him deep. Inside handoff. Up the middle. Flanagan with a good carry, twisting and falling forward.
Maxey on the tackle. Flanagan. 7-yard gain, 10-3.
It could be 72 Logan Maxey with the tackle. Twisting down Flanagan. See if we can get some pressure here. Other inside handoff to Flanagan. This time he's met in the hole. As Gilman had him in the grass, Carter Dozier comes in and finishes him. Laying the hit on Flanagan, bringing him to the ground short of the first down.
Franklin County, get loud. It's third down.
Well, 3rd down and 3. Anything goes here for Connersville. You got trips right, but don't expect the pass. Yeah, it's a QB keeper. Lead blocker, Flanagan with a nice lead block. As
Flag
Noah
on the
Patterson
play.
breaks free down the left side, decides to step out of bounds, serves some clock because he did not have a free shot at the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. Waiting for the call. Looks to be coming back.
Call is holding against
We got a
Connersville.
holding against Connersville, negating the long play by Patterson. Junior Noah Patterson, at 6 foot tall, 175 pounds, has some wheels on him. When he got to the outside, he can move. No one in the backfield this time. 5 receivers spread out. Snap, looks right, rolls right, passes up the middle.
Carter Dozier on the tackle. There is a timeout on the play. Timeout, Spartans.
By Kanan Kurtzinger with the catch. Just short of the first down. Carter Dozier with a sure tackle. It's going to be 4th and 1. Timeout, Connersville.
Connersville in I formation.
Out of timeout, 4th down and 1. 26 seconds left.
All right, Franklin County.
That I formation, Braden Keller's lined up in the fullback position. I'm almost going to guarantee an inside handoff to the fullback here. He wants 1 yard. He's going to trust his fullback to push ahead for it.
Or the quarterback keeper. Looks to be short.
Huh. Coach actually opted for the quarterback keeper. Braden Keller tried to push from behind, but he had already been met up with a whole host of Wildcats. Knocked him down short. Turnover of downs. 1st down Wildcats. 22 seconds left to play. Let's see what Coach Gilman draws up here.
And your conference scores nearing halftime. We have East Central 14, Harrison 6. Madison, South Dearborn, both tied at 0. Rushville, Shelbyville. Shelbyville is leading the lines 24-6. And Milan versus Batesville. Batesville is beating Milan 14-0.
Now you got 4 or 5 safeties deep here. You can almost guarantee they're going to shadow Carter Dozier. So we opt for the quick pass, get a few yards, step out of bounds.
Holding pass to Dozier for 6 yards.
Hey, if they're going to give them small doses at a time, with that much time left on the clock, 18 seconds, take the first downs, get upfield to a manageable position where the quarterback can throw the ball to the end zone. Nobody wide left. Get out of bounds. Good job, good job, good job. I like Wyatt Bowling to see what that field looked like right there. Nobody lined up at the top, over top of Caden Perleyberg. 25, 30 yards of open space. All the congestion down here on the tight side where Carter Dozier was. Still have to go to Dozier. Dozier got a good job getting a few yards and out of bounds. I'd like to see some better play recognition on that, though. timeout, Wildcats.
Quarterback draw! Run quarterback draw!
Looking at that one, I was like, Pearlsburg had nobody about 40 yards away from me at the top. That was our first time out, right? I got all day with 2 timeouts left. I think you heard you, Denny.
Nobody ain't listening. I promise you that. This play here will get you 100 points.
Coming out of timeout, Wildcats. 3rd and 1. 18 seconds left on the play clock. I'm sure Coach Flume gave him a good play here. 2 timeouts remaining. There's a lot of time left in the game for the Wildcats. Really anything in the playbook goes on 3rd and 1. Referees are stopping play. I'm not sure what's going on the field. It looks like we had some players walking behind the end zone, and they were waiting for them to get out of the way. Throws it wide open. Carter Dozier takes a catch. Opts to stay inbounds. Does step out of bounds. Manages to get all the way to the sideline, although 2 Spartans trying to hold him up and keep him in. Muscles his way to the sideline and stop the clock and retain those 2 timeouts.
Wildcat, first down.
5.5 seconds left on the clock. Wildcats decide to take a timeout, leaving 1 remaining. Probably an opportunity for 2 plays with 5.5 seconds left on the clock. What are you drawing up here, Rylan?
With 5 seconds left on the clock, you're trying to get a score before halftime. It's anything but a run here. But you gotta keep it safe. I see maybe Coach Gilman running a screen or a bubble out.
They do have a timeout. However, you still don't want to flirt with the middle of the field because you break a tackle, you get held up, 5 seconds goes quickly. I think you're going to take your shots, you take them to the sideline if you're short of the end zone. Let's see what we dial up here. Dozier by himself at the bottom of the field. 4 receivers to the left.
Empty backfield.
There's not enough guys covering the left side of the field. He still looks right. Dozier open. He makes the catch. Did he keep his feet down? He did. Touchdown.
Amazing catch by Dozier with the toe tap in the corner of the end zone.
There is a flag on the field, though. Let's see what the referee says here. There was a lot of contact for it. Didn't look to me like anybody really made an advantage in the push or anything, but there was some contact. Created separation for Dozier. Let's see what they say. I'm not sure what is going on. The referee is talking to Coach Gilman. If I had to guess here, they're going to call pass interference on the offense. Nope. They wave it off, and it's a touchdown. Pass interference on the defense.
Against the Spartans, so you're bowling to Dozier.
That is a touchdown for the Wildcats. Great pass by Wyatt Bowling to the right corner of the end zone. Dozier was well covered, but made an athletic grab going up to find the football, keeping his feet down in the end zone and maintaining possession all the way to the ground for another Wildcat touchdown. Ben Harvey set for the extra point as time on the clock is at 0. The snap, the hold is good. The kick is up, and it is in. 35-0 Wildcats. Sorry, 35-14 Wildcats. As the first half comes to an end. Great way to finish the quarter there for the Wildcats. Athletic catch by Carter Dozier. And that lead grows to 21 points at the end of the first half. Stay tuned. I hear the Lady Cat dancers, the Dance Cats and the Wildcats will be out on the field momentarily. Your Wildcat Dance Cats about to take the field. These young ladies last year went to state, I believe won state and went to nationals. Heck of a group of young ladies, lots of talent, about to put on a show for these Wildcat fans.
Captains, Brooklyn Bischoff. Co-captains, Zoe Cole, L.A. Enron, Audrey Goldman, Dana Brennan, Addison Kane, Danny Garrett, Presley Coulter, and Malin Cohen.
Rylan, how about those Dance Cats? They had me dancing up here in the booth. That was amazing.
I can confirm Nick was not dancing.
I was dancing inside, dancing inside. You know, earlier on, start of this game, we were wondering keys to winning, keys to victory, how important the 37th Battle of the Keg is. After 30 years of domination, we talked about Coach Gilman being a part of that for a long part of that history as a player and a coach, dating all the way back to the mid-90s. Shows you how long he's been around. Earlier today, he was interviewing with our Catherine, talking about what this game, this matchup meant to him and how they were going to prepare for this. This is what he said.
178-248. Again, 178-248. That's the green ticket for the helmet. You can come up to the press box and claim your prize.
Welcome back to the action, folks. Second half, Wildcat Stadium. Where the Franklin County Wildcats are leading the Connersville Spartans 35-14. Spartans will receive, start the second half. Earlier today, our very own Catherine had a talk with Wyatt Bowling about how to prepare for a game like this and what it means to be part of the Battle of the Keg. Here's what he said. Well, never mind about that. I have a little technical difficulty finding this video, but he did say this meant a lot to him as a senior this year. Trying to win for his teammates as coach and bring home the hardware. Blake Stevenson with the kick, squib up the middle again. Picked up at Connersville, just a few yards on the return.
Max Foster on the tackle. Connersville will take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On that first half, there was a lot of utilization of Wyatt Bowling, just like in the first game last week against Newcastle. But Mason Weeby really emerged as a dominant player in that first half, breaking many, many tackles, ripping them up the gut left and right, really softening up the middle of that Connersville defense. Connersville in the shotgun. Patterson with the pass, caught.
Gain of about 8 on the play.
Allen Hunter with the catch. Gain of 9. Patterson came back out. Second half, under center. Keene hurt on that play late in the second half on the touchdown drive by the Wildcats. Isn't going to return tonight. Playing it cautious with him with a lot of season left. Patterson takes the snap, keeps it himself, squirms through a hole. He's outright, down to the races, using his speed, breaks away, tiptoes the sideline in the end zone for a Connersville touchdown. Not sure how he kept his balance on the sideline there as Dozier gave him a little shove, looked like he was going out of bounds, kept his footing, stumbled his way into the end zone. Impressive opening drive by Connersville there. Put one on the board in a much-needed game that was starting to go lopsided. But now with the extra point pending, can make this a 2-score game. Nolan Matney back kick. It's lined up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is away. Short on it, but just gets it over the crossbars. Extra point is good. 35 Wildcats, 21 Spartans. Wildcats now will receive not much time off the clock there, just 50 seconds on that drive. Wildcats got to do better in containment there on those runs. We know they're coming. Not much of a throwing team, as we said before.
Yeah, right when he broke through that interior line, he was off to the races. Looks like their secondary pushed maybe a little too deep into the front. Wasn't enough to cover them.
And so many times on early downs, you feel like those short runs are coming up the middle and you want to come down and stop the run. But if you over pursue and he breaks free without any opposition slowing him down whatsoever, he's going to have the advantage. Kick back, Keaton Clark on the return. He's following his blocker, switch directions. Weaves in and out, dragging 3 or 4 Connersville tacklers past the 45-yard line near midfield. Great return by 21 Keegan Clark. It's going to be really good field position for the Wildcats to start off this drive. After a quick score by the Spartans, they're looking to retaliate here with a quick score of their own. Gilman and Wee Wee in the backfield. Inside handoff to Wee Wee. Up the gut. Drug down. Good gain, 5 yards in the first play.
For a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6.
Second and 6 for your Wildcats on the 50-yard line.
Those first downs where you run off 4 or 5 yards are really helpful for the offense. Opens up the playbook, allows a lot of things to go after that. Across the formation, another handoff to Wee Wee. He has a lot of open space. Gets out to the sideline. Drugged down by 2 tacklers.
There's a flag on the play.
75, Zane Bentley. And 30, Kanan Kurtzinger on the tackle.
Looks like it's going to be on the Wildcats.
Good gain by Mason Wee Wee. Called back on a holding.
Against the Cats. Good play, 2nd down.
As they walk that off, it's going to look like a long 2nd down now. Not sure who the hold was on. Did you see?
Someone on that right side of the line. Second and 14 for the Cats.
Good pursuit by Connersville there. Mason Wee Wee, the heck of a spin move, turning what would have been a 3-yard gain into a 10-yard gain. Good footwork by the young man. Good 2nd down run, making it a manageable 3rd down. Looks like Perleyberg comes off the field, Brunneman on the field, giving you a larger wide receiver, somebody who's a little bit better in the blocking game. He's in motion, but he's going to be a lead blocker on that inside, and that's what he's doing. Bowling right up the middle. Breaks through.
Off to the races.
He's off to the races. Nobody's catching him. That is a touchdown, Wildcats.
Incredible speed and breakout ability by Wyatt Bowling.
Owen Baker, Brady Brunneman, entire interior of that offensive line just with a great push, opens up a huge hole. And as I said before, Bowling is one of the fastest people in this region. You are not catching him in an open field.
Sideline warning against Connersville. And a touchdown stand.
After the touchdown, looks like the referee indicated a sideline warning against Connersville, their first warning. Harvey to kick the extra point. Logan Troyer on the hold. High snap, good hold, brings it down. The kick is up and away, and it is good. Good job by Logan Troyer to locate that football well above his head, get it down, and a perfect kicking platform as Harvey puts another one through. Well, you had a quick score by Connersville there, but great answer by the Wildcats. Not taking much time off the clock. About 2 minutes on that drive. Ending in a long scamper by Wyatt Bowling, the speedster quarterback. Kickoff by the Wildcats. What I'm going to say is probably a squib kick up the middle to Whitaker. And he decides to go the other way. Takes a hard hop over a one would do receiver for Patterson with the recovery. Makes a couple moves, really doesn't go anywhere. And a host of Wildcats take him down. A little bit of shoving after the play. Connersville Spartan down on the ground. His teammates help him up. It looks to be okay.
And friends on the tackle. Barnesville takes over. First down.
Perry and company with the group tackle on the back.
Empty backfield. Patterson in the shotgun. 5 receivers wide. Drops back to pass.
Logan Maxey on the rush.
Pressure. Pass is complete into the flat. Keegan Clark with the open field tackle. Drives him back after the catch. No additional yards. Gain of 2 on the play.
That was a great QB rush by Logan Maxey, number 72, the sophomore, making that quarterback scramble out right, setting up Keegan Clark for a beautiful tackle out of bounds.
Yeah, as you said, Logan Maxey, a sophomore. Big boy, sitting at 6 foot, 225 pounds. Also a really good wrestler. Wrestled varsity last year as a freshman in the heavyweight department. Has real quick feet for a big guy, as you can see right there on that QB pressure. Snap Patterson, the pitch out. Missed tackle on that edge by Keegan Clark. Just to be cleaned up by Mason Wee. Drive him out of bounds, showing a lot of emotion after that play. Way to go, young man. Let him know you're making good tackles. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Third and 3 for the Spartans.
All right, Wildcats. Get loud. It's 3rd down.
Flanagan in motion. Roll out. Patterson looks. He's got nobody. Decides to keep it. Drug down for a loss on the play. Evan Flashfolder with the tackle.
Evan Flashfolder on the quarterback sack.
Brings up 4th down for the Spartans.
It's going to be a sack by Flashfolder. He stands up, flexes to the crowd, lets them know he did it. That brings up a 4th down for Connersville, and looks like they may be going for it.
As a Connersville coach here, I don't maybe try to get in the jump off sides, but I don't know if this is for sure 4 down territory. I mean, you're giving the Cats opportunity to take over on your 40 with a commanding lead.
Yeah, giving the Cats a ball here could be detrimental to this team. And he overthrows it.
Looks like some extracurricular activities on number 22 of Connersville.
Little chippy there, little chippy between Flanagan and was that Neumeister. Nothing doing, no flags on the play. Incomplete pass. Threw it up too high. No chance for the receiver. But again, why go for it on 4th down there? I understand we're down 3. Connersville's down 3 scores, but to give the ball back to Franklin County in this territory, you're just giving them an opportunity to put this game away early. I guess he has guts, though. He makes that catch. It looks like a great play, right? Doesn't matter. Wildcats ball. 1st down. Here we go. Snap, handoff. Keeper. Wyatt out to the left side. Gain of 9. Great start.
Calls his own number. Around the left edge. 9-yard gain. 2nd down.
Another big run on first down. Opens up the playbook for second down. A 2nd and 1 here, sitting just outside the 30-yard line. I mean, anything goes. We can take a shot at the end zone. We can go to the flats. We could run the ball, just get another first down. Let's see what the coach decides to dial up here. The keeper pitches it. Nothing to do in the backfield there.
Flag
Whole
comes out.
bunch of Connersville Spartans converge on Wee Wee after the pitch. Loss of about 5.
Most likely going to be a holding on the Cats.
I saw the flag down. There was one guy in the area. I didn't see much hold there.
Option pitch to Mason Wee Wee.
Nonetheless, that's what they're calling is a hold on the Wildcats.
Penalty on the play.
I'm not so sure about that call, but nonetheless, it was called. Flag was thrown. They're going to walk it off.
He is the worst at like letting everybody know what's going on.
He's thinking.
He doesn't do it until should be the guy with his hands on it, I think. Will be enforced.
Well, the ref called a block in the back against the Wildcats, not a hold. Again, I didn't see much in that, but the referee must have saw something I didn't see from up here. Gilman's definitely going to question it. Nonetheless, the call's going to stand. As they walk it off, we got a Wildcats 2nd down.
Wes said that the ball in the back line.
Well, we're going to have another discussion amongst the referees here, trying to figure out where the block in the back actually occurred. Coach Gilman made sure that the head referee knew what was going on, and now he's going to consult the others to see what's going on. And it seemed to be correct by Coach Gilman's standards, and they're going to bring it back a few yards, reset the ball, 2nd down, and what looks to be about 11 yards.
A little bit more confusion.
Oh, my goodness,
with the
another
referees.
stoppage in play. Referee's blowing the whistle. Coach on the other sideline seems upset. He's trying to get an explanation of what's happening. The communication between referees and coaches is not doing a very good job.
T-shirt by Bernard Tony.
Looks like they gave an explanation, and he's not happy about it. Well, folks, this has been quite an ordeal.
And now Connersville has elected to decline the penalty. And there we go.
Coach declines the penalty for Connersville after all that. Bringing up 3rd down. They're going to respot the ball to where he was tackled on the loss. And we will finally resume play here. Finally resuming action. Back to the action. And the snap. Quarterback keeper out to the left on the sweep. Lead blockers. Good jump cut to the inside by Wyatt. Looks like he breaks the 1st down play, and he gets another 1st down there.
Around the left edge. Good enough for a Wildcat. 1st down.
Putterberg in motion. Drop backs. Deep throw by Wyatt Bowling. He's got a guy wide open. Carter Dozier with the catch and walks into the end zone for another Wildcat touchdown.
The connection between Bowling and Dozier is just impeccable. Another great athletic catch by Dozier.
Perfect pass there by Bowling. Over the top. No safety help. Dozier with a little game of pitch and catch wide open in the end zone. Backpedaling for a touchdown. Harvey, extra point.
Just wide.
Pulls it left. Sorry, young man's having a great night. Lots of kicks. Oh, we got a whistle. We got a flag on the field. Let's see if we got a penalty here against Connersville. It gives Wildcat Harvey another chance.
Personal foul. Roughing the snapper.
It's a personal foul on the not the Wildcats. I'm sorry, on Connersville, as they were personal foul roughing the kicker. It looks like. I don't know if I saw him make contact with the kicker, but he might have gone through the snapper, which you're not allowed to do. Either way, he's going to get another try here. Harvey set the kick. Troyer on the hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. And thank you for the extra opportunity, Connersville.
We'll get a conference score update for rival week with South Dearborn taking an edge on Madison 28-0. Greenville Central outlasting Greensburg 23-14 in the fourth quarter. Shelbyville, with an impressive turnaround, is now leading the Lions 31-20, and Harrison and East Central are tied up at 14. And then Milan and Batesville, also a close game. Milan being a 2A school, very impressive, with Batesville leading them 14-7.
And Milan had a big win last week. I think they beat Rushville, correct? Yeah.
Like 41-7, something crazy.
Yeah. Milan seems to have a good offense. Going up against a Batesville team that's pretty good. Here we have a high-scoring game today, 49-21. Stevenson set to kick off. Connersville to receive. And we're off. Short hopper up the middle. Patterson with the recovery. The run, nowhere to go. Good job by Brunneman and a host of Wildcats to stop them. 30-yard line. Make it 32. Going back to that fourth down, Connersville decided to go for it. You got to question, where was his mind at? I understand being aggressive when you're down 3 scores to give the ball to a team that's pretty much scored every time they've had a possession, minus the fumble. A short field. Patterson back to throw. He throws it. Brunneman steps in front and makes the interception. Number 11, Brady Brunneman with a good beat on the ball. All-hand catch, takes it. Brought to the ground by the wide receiver, and that's now going to be Wildcat football.
That puts the Cats in amazing field position on the Connersville 32.
He comes over to Coach Gilman. Gilman with a big embrace. Good job, young man. Brady Brunneman with the big interception.
Correction, 38. Wildcats take over. Hurley Bird and Dozier out wide. Wee Wee with a nice spin the game, pick up another 3 yards.
Mason Wee Wee.
Yeah, 12, Matt Coons had him in the backfield. Couldn't make the tackle. Wee did that other patented spin move again, evading the would-be tackler for what would have been a tackle for loss and turning into about a 5-yard gain. He really likes that spin move. He's gone to it quite a few times today, but it's worked. It's worked for him. Jordan Keller now split up wide at top of your screen. Carter Dozier wide on the bottom. Wee and Stevenson in the slot. Gilman in the backfield, slightly ahead of wide bowling.
Flag comes down.
Flag on the field. Looks like a delay game against the Wildcats. Not sure what happened there. Same formation as before. Dozier and Keller split out wide. Wee and Blake Stevenson in the slot. Gilman in the backfield. Takes the snap. Steps back. Makes the throw out to Wee. Downfield on the right sideline. Good catch. It's going to be a Wildcat first down. Good pitch and catch there. Good route running, combo routing. Dozier took the safety deep as Wee turned on the outside. To a soft area in the zone, making the catch, falling forward for an extra few yards after the catch, bringing up another Wildcat first down. Mishandled on the snap.
Recovered by Wee.
There's a fight for the football. Looked like Wee was on top of it. Referee's just now blowing the whistle late. Pretty sure Wee came up with a recovery. Nothing wrong with the snap. Bowling caught the football, went to the handoff, just wasn't on the same page, and Wee and him, as they collided, football fell to the ground, but Wee with quick reactions jumped on top of it. Didn't hurt, lost it 2. Second down.
Bowling out to Wee for a nice gain. Brings up 3rd and 1 for the Cats.
Third down and short here. Brunneman in motion. This will be a lead blocker. This will be a wide bowling keeper. Right side. Good kick out block by Wee. Plenty of space for wide squeeze through for another first down.
Good enough for a Wildcat. First down.
That puts your Cats on the red zone. On the Connersville 7-yard line. 1st and 10.
I'm starting to get the feeling that the Wildcats offensive line is wearing out this Connersville's defensive line. It started off quite a matchup at the beginning. It's starting to look like Wildcats are having the edge. Run him in the backfield. Looks to be his first carry of the game. Not much doing, though. Brought down number 5, Braden Keller, on the tackle. Braden Keller's name called quite often. There's a lot of carries for the Wildcats.
Dozier into the touchdown on the outside flat.
Another touchdown pass. Wyatt Bowling Dozier running and in and then back out to nobody on the outside to help. Perfect location football by Wyatt Bowling. Dozier's in the end zone again. Wildcat touchdown.
Already, extra point is good. And with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go, at quarter number 3, score is at 56. Spartans, number 1.
I believe under ISSG rules, that is now a 35-point lead for the Wildcats, which should initiate a running clock once this kickoff sets off.
I'm supposed to come back here like this was the third quarter.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes ago. Actually, probably 7.
Now, come back when the quarter ends.
The quarter ends? Yeah.
Yep, and there's the indication from the referee to keep the clock running. It's going to be a running clock now. 35-point lead by the Wildcats.
Newmeister on the tackle.
Start of that play looks like Keene is back in the game, number 7.
Second down.
First play makes a pitch out to the left side. Niemeister with the tackle. And we got a stoppage on the field. Player for the Spartans is down. Word from our sponsors. Spartan player hurt in the play was number 5, Braden Keller. Real important player for Connersville. He's got numerous tackles today, lots and lots of carries. Big part of their offense and defensive scheme. Was able to walk off under his own power, had a little limp to him. Hopefully he'll be all right. But we're back to the action. Keene is still in the game. He's under center. Second down, takes a snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls out. Maxey with another pressure, throws out wide. He had Hunter Allen wide open. He makes the catch, turns, misses a tackle. The speedster tries to make a break for the end zone, but he's caught
Just
from
short of the
behind
end
by
zone.
Carter Dozier.
Looks like he is just short of the end zone as the Spartans have another injury.
was Allen was brought down. He was hobbling off the field. I don't know if he rolled an ankle, just got a cramp, but he
That's just-
seems to get off under his own power to the sideline.
And that will bring the end to the third quarter with a score of 56 Wildcats, Spartans 21.
Began. Franklin County has held the title 30 times out of 36 years. In 2024, the Spartans fought hard to gain possession of the keg, but fell short, securing its place in the halls of Franklin County High School.
Rush up the middle will be good for a Spartan touchdown.
Yeah, 22 Flanagan takes the handoff, goes left side. 1 yard needed. Nobody really touched him. Good job by the offensive line. That's a touchdown for Connersville, making it 27-56. Extra point pending. He's got it.
That's what his thing says. Number 3 is touchdowns.
And he's set for the extra point. The kick is up. It's through. Adding another point to the score, 56-28 Wildcats.
Point is good. And with 10 minutes and 35 seconds and counting, the score is Connersville 28. Cats 56.
Keegan Clark and Parker going back deep to receive. Wildcats look like they're ready up front for something here. If I was Connersville, I'd be making every attempt to try and get this football back with only 10 minutes left to go in the game. I'm assuming the coach of the Wildcats told the hands team to have their hands ready. Expect the kick on the ground here. Make sure we recover it. And here we go. That's exactly like we thought. Good onside kick, end over end, takes a good bounce. Attacked by number 23, Max Foster, on a great recovery. Good hands on the hand scheme team. Cats are going to have a first down in Connersville territory. Now, one of the things we talked about at the start of this game was the offensive and defensive line, and how in the second half, their dominance against Newcastle is what ultimately led to their victory. And here in this game, as good as the defense has been, Connersville offense has not been too bad. I mean, 28 points on the scoreboard is nothing to shake at, but the offensive line.
Logan Troyer comes in as quarterback for the Wildcats, and Jordan Keller comes in for number 23, Caden Hurleybird.
Timeout on the field. As I was saying, the offensive line for the Wildcats has just been the difference maker. I mean, even the receivers and running backs and the blocking team and Wyatt keeps the football. Just tons and tons of space out there. It's nice to see the young quarterback get a chance here in the fourth quarter. Game seemingly out of reach. It's early in the season. You don't want to risk Wyatt getting hurt in any way. Up 3 touchdowns.
Give the young quarterback Logan Troyer some experience and playing time on the field. Good decision by Coach Gilman.
Last year on the JV, Logan Troyer had an excellent season. I believe they only lost one game. Young man threw lots of touchdowns, and here's one. He looks over the top and a well-placed football. Wee on the route. Good coverage by Connersville, leading to the incomplete pass, but that was a well-placed football by the young quarterback.
It looks like a Connersville player is getting dragged off by the trainer with another cramp.
Not sure what the problem is. It's a beautiful weather night, but it seems to be a lot of cramping going on. Maybe it's just because it's early in the season. Conditioning is not quite as what it would be later in the season. Hand off to Gilman. At the left side. Makes a cut inside. Gets hit, but drives forward. Churning those legs for another 4 or 5 yards. Bringing it down to about 9-yard gain or so. Making it 3rd down and 1. Keller and Perleyberg spread out wide. Troyer in the shotgun. Parker Gilman behind him. Run him in. Fullback position. Troyer with the snap. Hand off to Gilman. Up the middle. Not touched until he's about 10 yards down the field. And then a gang of Connersville Spartans wrestle him to the ground after a gain of nearly 15 yards.
Looks like we have another Connersville player down. Gets right back up to his feet, just a little shaky.
This time Keller and Perleyberg switch sides. Gilman still in the backfield. Opposite of the last formation. Similar to the same play, though. Gilman up the middle. Lots and lots of room. Drugged down around the 10-yard line for first down, but it didn't seem like his knees even hit the ground. He was on top of the player. Got up, continued to run. I don't think he touched the ground, but the referees blew the play dead, and I don't know if Parker Gilman agrees with them, but nonetheless, the play's over, and they're going to spot the ball. It looks 11-yard line. First down, though. Cable will get another first down if I can get it to 1. Run him in the backfield. Troyer in the shotgun takes the snap. Across the formation to Parker Gilman. Put his left foot in the ground, just went straight up north and south for a good gain of about 5 there.
6-yard gain. 7-4.
Didn't have a lot of space, but hard cut. Got north-south. Used his strength. Good gain on first down. Troyer takes a snap, hands off, up the middle, untouched. Parker Gilman in the end zone. Another touchdown for the Franklin County Wildcats. Now with a score of 62-28, pending extra point. O-line really doing their job there. Gilman was untouched, 6 yards out. They worked the young man on that drive. He earned that touchdown. Harvey said kick the extra point. Troyer with the hold. Snap high, over his head. Oh, Harvey catches it. Tries to hand it to Troyer. I don't know what happened there. Ball hits the ground. Jumped on top of by the Connersville Spartans. Plays dead. No good on the extra point try. It's going to be Spartans ball on kickoff.
Hey, Danny, they're not about 5 rounds over the field, right? Rounds over the field.
Looks like a scramble for the ball on the kickoff.
Another squib kick by Stevenson. Bounced around. Nobody really got on top of it. And then there was a wrestle for the ball. Looks like the Wildcats recovered. They're celebrating. I'm waiting for the official. There it is. Wildcat football. Right after scoring a rushing touchdown, Connors will cost the ball on the kickoff, and Wildcats are going to start a new drive and already in Spartan territory. Looks like Wildcats are going to call a timeout as the play clock expires. Just to regroup, get a play in, maybe change out some personnel, get some younger guys on the field. Looks like the young quarterback Troyer is out, and our JV quarterback Caden Shell is in. That first handoff, he handed it off to Steely Gallion, who went up the right side for a couple of yards. In the opening scrimmage against Connersville a few weeks ago, I saw Shell come in. He threw a lot of nice balls. Kid has a good arm for a freshman. 24 Steely Gallion. Also, some good feet on the man. Also, hands. Caught a couple footballs that day. One for touchdown. Nice to see what they can do here late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this game got out of hand.
Hand off, Gallion takes a cut up the middle, runs into two tacklers, falls forward for a gain of 6. Gallion's small, but he's explosive. Puts his foot in the ground, and he goes north-south. Third down and 7 for the Wildcats. Shell in the shotgun. 34 Cruda split out right. Sam Foster left. Snap, it's low. He handles it. He sprints out right. Not a lot of space to go. Stretches it all the way to the sideline to the down marker. Loss of 4. Next week, the Wildcats will be here at home, face the Rushville Lions. The Connersville Spartans will also be at home, maybe, if their bleachers are done, against the Greensburg Pirates. More than likely be the last play here as the clock approaches 35 seconds. Shotgun snap, drops back, throws a deep ball down the right side. He has a receiver, he catches it, trips up down at the 4-yard line. For Sam Foster. Had safety help over top and just burned him at the end of it. Reaching out, making the grab, tripping up just short of the end zone, but what a catch by the young freshman. Sorry, sophomore. As I said earlier, Shell has a heck of an arm. A freshman quarterback. Unfortunately, we had a legal man downfield, and that play won't count. But that's the end of the game. As the Wildcats win the game 62-28 against the Spartans. The Battle of the Keg is complete. Another year for the Wildcats. Thank you, everybody, for joining us at 1-5 Productions. It was a beautiful night for football.